Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. I am coming to you um with just a little bit of the Diddy jury selection today, and I'm coming from Tickettv. Um, just to do a little recap, little reaction. Um, y'all, don't y'all know I thought I had my darn I had my little thing right here, huh? Yeah, it's all good. I don't care. But anyway, yeah, it's just a little recap because this is like what day one, but it's still a trip because, like we discussed last year, it's on the day of the Met Gala, the Black Met Gala at that. And yeah, so I watched a little bit of the Met Gala just now, right, y'all? I know this about Diddy. I'm getting to it. Just give me a chance. Give me a little chance. And people look like, I don't know, they look like, I'm glad my name wasn't called. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, I'm coming from Ticket TV. You can find him on YouTube, okay? And you know how Ticket roll. So somebody come in his chat because I haven't watched it yet, okay? I haven't watched it, so I don't know what he's gonna be saying to people. Okay, so I'm just giving you fair warning because I will laugh out loud, and I address your comments as you know once I I got to go stop, all of that stuff. All right, so here we okay. Wait, how did I move? What? Wait a minute, I want to be over here. Oh yes, I do talk to myself. I just don't answer. Okay. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. It's enough. Okay, here we go.
Supporters and detractors and media, news, everybody. And so they're saying that it is a chaotic scene outside of the courthouse in New York for Sean Diddy Combs right now, man. And this is one of those situations where Diddy is going to have to, man, bro, he's gonna have to deal with the consequences of his actions as they go through hundreds of jurors right now to try to get a jury pool that they feel like is fair and unbiased for this trial. Now, according to reports, and I have
I'm also biased for this trial, okay? Because if you know, you know. Forgive me, Lord. But he is innocent until proven guilty. Okay? Innocent until proven guilty by 12 jurors. Okay?
key reports from reporters that are on the scene. Diddy, for you guys who want to know what's going on, walking to the courtroom, according to the reports, with his hands in his pockets as the sex trafficking trial kicks off with jury selection. Now, according to reports from the UK's Daily Mail, who's on the scene, they have reporters on the scene, as you guys can see. Let me get into this report. My bad, you guys. I'm going to read this article to you guys so y'all can know exactly what is going on. According to the report, it says composed and with his hands in his pockets, Diddy greeted potential jurors who hold his fate in their hands. Now I will say this before I even start reading this. I was looking at the play-by-play as far as jury selection. They've already removed some of the jurors because one of the jurors said, "Yo, my family member went through a domestic violence situation, and this is gonna be hard for me." So they recused that juror. They went ahead and let him roll because he straight up told him, he was like, "Yo, my family member went through domestic violence issue. This is gonna be hard for me." So they let him walk out, and they said, "Okay, we recuse you from this." So the judge and basically the lawyers allowed him to be recused from the situation. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to really narrow down the jury pool from hundreds of potential jurors to try to.
Yeah, yeah. And also, y'all remember that big dance thing they did? Wait, I did a live on it, but I had another content creator's name on it, and that wasn't the one where I got it from. So I thought that would be disrespectful. So I just deleted the video. So now I'm doing this, okay? But y'all remember back in the day, Diddy and Heavy D did that big concert, and it unalived 9 people, right? they held Diddy 50% liable for that stuff too, right? Even though he didn't serve in the town thing. I don't really know what happened, but y'all remember way back. And so it was some people, some family members that still remember that, and they was on the jury, and they got to leave also, right? Because they knew it, they knew him by that. They also knew him by let me see. Oh, the judge asked this one man, do you know Sean Diddy Combs? He was like, no, but my wife does, and she can't stand it, right? So the judge said, does your wife know that you're here? He was like, no, but Cole, another juror, knows my wife, and she told her like that. And then he said, take this paper, this sticky note, and write the name of the juror and hand it to me, right? So I think those two gonna be like bye bye. I think that because he was like, you sure you won't you can I trust you not to talk to your wife about it, about the trial, about the case? He said, sure. You ain't leaving that joke up in there. You're gonna talk to his wife for 30-some years. You're gonna tell everything happened on in that court case, and she know that he there too. But anyway, that's all I had to say about that. So here we go, Tick. Go ahead, Ticket.
To get, a fair, jury pool. But according to reports, it says composed and with his hands in his pockets, Diddy greeted potential jurors who hold his fate in their hands with a slight nod as the sex trafficking trial that could send him to prison for life began today. It says the embattled music mogul appeared in court wearing gray slacks, a navy crew neck sweater layered over a crisp white t-shirt, a white shirt, and black rimmed glasses over a crisp, it says black rimmed glasses. It says his prison garb was notably absent because Judge Armed Subramanian had given permission to wear civilian clothing during the trial because, again, Diddy's innocent until they prove him guilty in the courts. But it says his shoes weren't visible, but they would have been without laces as per the judge's order. So they won't even let him have laces in any of his shoes, judge's order, and that for obvious reasons. It says the most striking change in Diddy's appearance was the absence of the unruly white hair he had grown during his time at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. Now Diddy has shaved his head. He's bald, y'all. Diddy is bald. He shaved off all his hair. And
this the first I'm hearing about Diddy. Well, the first I've heard of Diddy like shaving. I thought he was gonna say he dyed his hair black and stuff just for the trial. You know what I'm saying? But bald, I can't see it. And he lost so much weight, I heard. And y'all, and then I heard this also, that Diddy, soon as the judge asked the first prospective juror, do you have anything against, of course we got against, but being on the jury for someone who's accused of, or however they put it, of great ex trafficking, stuff like that, right? And so they was like, no, I don't have, you know what I'm saying? But when the judge asked the juror, you know what I mean, juror selected person, that question, Diddy got nervous. Yeah. He had to go take a bathroom break. He asked the judge for a bathroom break. At first, the judge said no. I saw this somewhere else, okay? The judge said no, because they had just started, and he wasn't going to give a break until at least the gave the 10th juror a question, right? So he said, darn, it's just the first question. I'm putting it in my own words, okay? And he said, darn, we just started. And you got to go to the bathroom already? No, sit down. Like that anyway. So, finally, I guess he must have felt sorry for him sitting over there. You know what I'm saying? Probably said, Lord, let me let this man go to the bathroom. So he let him go ahead and go, y'all. He gave a 2-minute break I heard it was 2 minute break for him to go do what he had to do and come on back in there now. We ain't got time to play, Diddy. We've been waiting long enough. Come on up in here. All right. You knew when you was coming. You could have went to the bathroom. All right. But innocent. I mean, yeah, innocent until proven guilty. All right. Go ahead, Ticket.
Only thing he has on is his beard. And so it says that the most striking change in Diddy's appearance was the absence of the unruly white hair he had grown during his time at the Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Now, clean shaven on top, only his white beard remained. It goes on to say, and despite the levity of the crimes against him, Diddy remained composed and calm, hugging his lawyers as he came in and nodding his head slightly when he faced the jurors with his hands in his pockets. Now, outside of the Southern District of New York Federal Court, crowds gathered in anticipation of Diddy's trial's opening, following months of pretrial motions and denied requests for a delay from Diddy's legal team. Now, it goes on, you guys. Basically, it says this. It says Diddy faces 5 serious federal charges: racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation of individuals for prostitution. If found guilty, Diddy, right, the former hip-hop titan and media mogul, once praised for propelling the genre into the cultural mainstream, could remain in prison for the rest of his life. If convicted, the one-time rap producer and global superstar, who is often credited for his role in ushering hip-hop into mainstream, to spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, hundreds of prospective jurors have reportedly already filled out questionnaires designed to elicit any
Okay, wait a minute, y'all.
bias they may have about this case.
Hold it. Dang. Excuse me, y'all. I tried to stop it before, but as you can see, that didn't even work. Oh, I am still on the screen. Okay. I'm reading comments from my phone if y'all see me looking down, okay? Because that's the only way I can do. I can see it now. That's why I was trying to move stuff. But anyway, y'all don't want to hear that. I didn't know y'all want to hear the Diddy trial. But anyway, y'all, they are trying to get a mistrial. I'm trying to tell y'all. Because them people outside, I just heard that it's people outside the courthouse that it was just going off. Just going, because it was pro-Diddy, anti-Diddy. And then the reporters all up in the way, right? Knowing they can't get up in there. And Diddy ain't coming outside. But y'all, this is what I was going to say also. They gave him another chance, not today, but the day before yesterday or whenever, for a chance for a reduced sentence. He said no again, y'all. Y'all know I heard that would have been like 10, 15 years. Now he got life if he's guilty, okay? I bet he wish he'd have took that darn plea. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. I am biased. Y'all already know. Ain't no joke. I'm not playing. I'm doing this for y'all. Shoot. But y'all but just go up in there, jurors. Tell the truth. Don't play with me. Because this ain't time to play. Been waiting over a year. Come on. Come on. And my boy, somebody in the comments said all that baby oil say guilty. You crazy. Oh Lord. I'm gonna let it roll though. I'm gonna let it roll, Casey. Case 2. All right, let's continue, Ticket. I'm done.
That says none of the first group, consisting of more than 50 jurors, reacted when told that Diddy would be the defendant. They were led into court, and as they did so, Diddy turned to face them and eyeballed them slowly. Now it goes on. It says none of them appeared to recognize him, and they didn't react when the judge explained the charges and read out a number of Diddy's names. So really, basically, Diddy, he shaved his head bald. He just kept a little beard, but his beard is white now, they said. And so they say he completely looked different. People didn't even recognize him. So it says there was no reaction when the judge said that among the questions the jury would have to answer was whether hearing evidence about sexual assault, including R words, hiring sex workers, having multiple sex partners, would make them unable to serve. The jurors were escorted out of the room, and then the first person was brought back in for individual questioning. Right? Now it goes on. It says, and salute to everybody that's tapped in. I appreciate all of y'all that's tapped into this video, man. Y'all already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe to everybody that's in the building. Again, general salute to all of you guys. Y'all saying. And these are reporters that are actually in the courthouse right now. And I told you guys, a lot of this stuff has been in the paperwork, redacted, but we're going to find out a whole lot. As y'all see that right there on your screen, right there. I screenshotted that so y'all can see that. It says that
y'all see them first two names. It's not saying that they're like guilty or done anything, but the names, do you see them? They're in the documents, y'all. It's a lot of names gonna be on there. You remember all those court documents, and they had it all redacted. You know, at half the sheet, one sheet was all black because they didn't want us to see anybody's names. They say they got pages of just names, and they had to juror all the people that's supposed to be or potentially be a juror. All of them. They had to go and look through the list of names to see if they knew them from anywhere, had any kind of interaction with them. All that. The judge had them do all that before they brought them in and asked them the questions, right? Remember the video from yesterday? I did a live yesterday from Tisa Tales channel. That y'all can go back and look, and y'all can see the questions. She tried to give us a little heads up of the questions and stuff that you may be asked, you know, in the questionnaires and stuff. But anyway, y'all, man, Mike Myers, Michael B. Jordan, man, and y'all on it's another channel. I don't mind seeing content creators' names on my channel. I don't care. You gonna like Valentine TV or you're not, okay? I don't care who you look at. But I was watching The Surprise Witness. I think it was on her channel. And don't you know Mike Myers got a Diddy tattoo, y'all? He got Diddy going up his chest on one. Y'all, I couldn't believe, man, my God. Anyway, that don't mean nothing, though. He might just be a fan. He's a fan. I'm just saying, let me go ahead, y'all. I ain't gonna play with y'all tonight. All right, okay. Go ahead, Ticket.
First two celebrities to be named at Diddy's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. The juror, a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. Now it goes on. It says Judge Submaranian. The judge said that the list of people and places runs several pages, right? So let me say this to y'all right now. They have several names they say is going to come up during this trial.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, the judge, let me put this on the screen too, because I don't want nobody to think I'm capping in here. And I'm reading this to y'all. Let me put this on the screen. I think this is very important to put this on the screen. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. That way we don't have no confusion in here of what I'm reading to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was going to get funky. You ain't got to listen to me, but you better listen to me because I know what the hell I'm talking about. And
hey, y'all, I done told y'all how Ticket don't play. So look, this is his words, not mine, okay? Y'all know I'm a nice, gentle soul, okay? The Ticket will go amp on you. Just a warning, peeps. Go ahead, Ticket, get them. Go ahead. They said you was capping. Wait a minute. Come on, Ticket. What? Wait a minute, Casey. Do not laugh at me. Case 2. Wait a minute, y'all. Lord. I am a gentle soul. Okay. Now let me
I ain't saying, hey, Michael B. Jordan did something, Mike Myers did something. I'm telling you what the reporters that's in the courthouse is going on right now. And I told you guys names was going to come up. They didn't want to listen? Okay, they're going to listen now. So there it is on your screen right there. As I showed you guys, there it is on y'all screen right there. As y'all can all see. And it says it right here. It says that, well, let me read it again for everybody who didn't see it. It says that the first two celebrities to be named at Diddy's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. It says the juror, a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. Now,
okay, I can see, because I messed up yesterday, and I apologize, y'all. Nobody told me I was covering the screen, y'all. Y'all got to tell me. Let me move myself around somewhere. Let me see where I'm going, y'all. I got to get small. Dang it. Wait 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to make it good. Oh, no, that's too big. There we go. Okay, there we go, y'all. Sorry about the inconvenience. Okay.
Judge Submarinian said that the list of people and places runs several pages. This is crazy, bro. Let me repeat that line again. The judge who's overseeing Diddy's trial said today in court, right now, that the list of people and places runs several pages.
Yeah.
Boy, they fit boy. People finna get their name caught up in some stuff they don't want their name caught up in, bro. I'm telling y'all this right now, man. Run up on this fire. You get burnt, little ninja. You know what I'm saying?
See?
It says, and felt like an appendix from Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he ruled that jurors would be given the list to review before they're brought into court and questioned one by one before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Boy, you better get your popcorn ready, nigga. You better get your popcorn ready, nigga.
I'm sorry.
Y'all niggas better get y'all popcorn ready. It's going down straight like that. It is definitely going down right now. And I'm telling y'all what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all what it is. This is a crazy situation right here, y'all. And salute to everybody that's tapped on in. Y'all know what's up, man.
Excuse me, son and daughter. Y'all mind hitting that like button? I thank you very much. And if you already have, I'm sorry. Yeah, everybody, please, as you come in, please hit that subscribe button and the like button and share it if you can, okay? Thank y'all so much. All right. Sorry, I forgot to say that, y'all. Why does it buffer?
Okay. I appreciate all of y'all in the building. Love, honor, and respect. And let's keep going as we read through this article. Now, so basically, for you guys who don't understand, they're going to give, I guess, the juries a list of celebrities and people's names that are going to be brought up in this trial.
Yeah.
And what they're going to have to do is go through it and, I guess, talk about, you know, their thoughts or relations to this people. Because let me read that again so y'all can understand. Because I want this to be clear to everybody that's reading, so y'all can understand what I'm trying to say as far as the jury pool is concerned. So it says that the jurors were escorted out of the room, and then the first person was brought back in for individual questioning, right?
Right.
So, and let me say this. I forgot to read this. This is the first part. It says there was no reaction from the jurors when the judge basically told the jurors. It says when the judge said that among the questions that the jury would have to answer was whether hearing evidence about sexual assault, including R-word, hiring sex workers, and having multiple sex partners would make them unable to serve, basically, as jurors. The jurors were escorted out of the room, and then the first person was brought back in for individual questioning. The first 2 celebrities to be named at Diddy's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people. So think about this, y'all. These motherfuckers said they got a list of people out here, bro.
Yeah.
That names might come up in this trial.
They're paid.
These are A-list celebrities you're talking about. Read that again. The first 2 celebrities to be named at Diddy's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. their names were read out to a potential juror from a list. I was never capping of people.
That's right, Ticket.
And places that may come up throughout the trial. The juror, a man who works, let me see if I have that one. The juror, a man who works as a massage therapist, right? As a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two, Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers, through their acting. Judge Submaranian said that the list of people, let me see if I got that up here. Judge Submaranian said that the list of people in places runs several pages. That's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Several pages. And felt like an appendix.
And yeah, y'all. So,
appendix from Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he ruled that jurors would be given the list to review before they are brought into court and questioned one by one, before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Bro, this is crazy work, man.
They gonna speed.
This is crazy work, man.
This gonna be a speed. Picking the jurors, they gonna speed through these. Cause that judge ain't playing. He ready for the trial to start. They rushed him. He kept telling Diddy, y'all sure y'all on that quick? That's the month. That's just a month away or something like that. But that ain't much time. No. Oh, that's enough. That's all we need. And then they tried to get a 2-month delay. Come on. So now the judge is speeding it right along. He's speeding it quick. You hear me? All right, here we go, y'all.
Crazy work, man. Crazy work, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta see this. I gotta see something real quick. This is crazy work, y'all.
Make sure I got to speed it up.
Hold on. Man, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna speed through it for y'all too, okay? This fast I gotta go.
Hold on.
All right. What's going on? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this blue off of my thing. Wait.
1 second, you guys.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm skipping.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But it goes on. Okay. It says the comments allude to the scale of the case, which dates back to 2004 and covers multiple states. So they're saying that this thing is going all the way back to 2004, y'all.
Yeah.
Now, it says that so far, Diddy's defense lawyers and prosecutors with the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office agreed on about 150 who could proceed to in-person questioning by the judge known as voir dire, right? Now, it goes on to say that Judge Submaranian said back in a May 1 pretrial hearing where Diddy turned down a final plea deal that the goal will be to choose 45 potential jurors who are qualified to serve, and lawyers for both sides will then have the opportunity to dismiss jurors without stating a reason, known as peremptory strikes, right?
Wow.
So they are getting serious on this thing, y'all.
Wow.
They are getting serious on this thing. And today, like I said, they have already started. For you guys who don't know what's going on, they have already started. Yeah,
the trial it started this morning, y'all. Woo! I heard it was a ruckus out there. I'm gonna try to get some footage from whatever happened outside the courthouse this morning, y'all. Cause I heard it was something. I thought Ticket was gonna show me. He may still show it. I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet, y'all. I'm watching it with y'all, okay? I want all us to be surprised.
Asking jurors about celebrities. This is crazy. Now it goes on to say the jury will be anonymous, you guys. And y'all smash the like button. We should have over 15 or 1,600 likes. Smash the like button, man. I'm coming back here and getting y'all this info right from the courthouse. This is right from the courthouse today. I'm giving y'all this info. Smash the like button. I know y'all at work. Everybody doing what they doing. Smash the like button. Like button's free. Like button. If y'all want to support the channel, you get the Cash App PayPal link is pinned at the top. Like button free. But let's keep going. It says the jury will be anonymous, which is frequently the case in high-profile trials in which jurors could face threats or harassment if their identities are known.
Right.
Opening statements are set to begin on May the 12th. The disgraced rapper's reported defense strategy will revolve around his mental capacity to commit the crimes, as his representatives are arguing that he was not of clear mind according to the court documents. Now, the court...
Yo, did y'all hear that? Okay, like I'm explaining, in my opinion, he was of clear mind when they were setting up the venues and all of that. Okay? So I'm going to talk like, you know, yeah. In my opinion, he's guilty, okay? To me. Because I'm not on the jury, so I can go ahead. Public opinion, okay? My opinion is that he's guilty. But so he had to be sober enough to say, oh, I want my party to be here and I want it this color and y'all better make it look, and I want to spend this money. Money's no object, you know. And then when he had the microphone, all kids gone by 12 or whatever he said on the from the balcony that time on the video, J-Lo's ex-husband showed us, allegedly ex-husband. Okay, not ex-husband, somebody that's mad at her that showed all her pictures. All right, so no, you ain't getting by what you was intoxicated or had a buzz. Come on now, man, please.
Court heard today, in the courtroom today, that Diddy's lawyers will be allowed to call a psychiatrist who would testify about the effect of multiple drugs, including prescriptions, on a normal person, right? It goes on to say, but previous court filings have also said that Dr. Eli Ahun will talk about Diddy's quote-unquote diminished capacity to commit crimes because of his drug intake. Now it goes.
That must be Diddy. That's probably why he wanted him a specialist up in there. But don't, y'all. Let's go.
It goes on to say, right? It goes on to say, right? And in court, the judge said he would permit testimony from Dr. Ahun on the expected effects of various drugs a person may experience during blackouts and other intoxicated episodes, and the predictable result of certain drug combinations. It goes on to say, but the doctor will not be allowed to talk about what Diddy himself experienced, as she did not examine him. The judge has ruled. It goes on to say, the details of his alleged condition have been redacted in the documents, but there are a few clues of what it could be. Federal prosecutors do not believe in its relevance. According to the documents, prosecutors have stated that legal precedence requires the defense to give proper notice before offering any evidence in the effects of drugs and alcohol on a defendant's memory or cognitive function. Another clue would be that prosecutors are describing the doctor's potential testimony as evidence of the Diddy's inability to control his behavior.
No.
It goes on. In a letter that was filed last Tuesday, Diddy's attorney said despite their prior requests for a gag order, several attorneys who represented the alleged victims and witnesses continue to quote-unquote muddy the jury pool with negative publicity towards their client. His team specifically named Douglas Wigner, who represents Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, for speaking to the media.
Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Because the judge just got on Diddy's attorney for speaking, the lady, for speaking out to I think it was a news person. you know, she gave a freaking interview, okay? So that just happened like a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago. So don't even try it. Don't try it. We ain't doing no mistrials. And then if you try to get a change of venue, we know y'all over the world. Where you going? Okay? Don't even try that Douglas wig door stuff. Don't even try it.
Absent a court order, we expect the publicity to not only continue, but escalate as the trial commences. They wrote in a letter to the judge, Armed Submarinian. Indeed, in recent weeks, lawyers for the government witnesses have commented on pretrial litigation and continue to broadcast prejudicial statements. They pointed to Cassie's lawyer's comments concerning Diddy's request to keep the surveillance video of Diddy pulling and dragging Cassie by the hair inside a Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016 as she tried to escape. Now it says during the trial today, and what appears to be a win for Diddy, prosecutor Maureen Comey said they won't be offering the CNN video of Diddy beating up Cassie. Right?
Oh my God. Say it ain't so. Look, the only answer, I'm not going to get upset because you know what? CNN got that video from somewhere. So that means it's another one. So maybe they're going to use the original one from whomever it came from. Then they can say, no, it's not chopped and it's construed like y'all tried to say it was. Maybe that's it. I always think positive, okay?
So they will not be using that video. Let me repeat myself. They're not going to need to use the video. The prosecution says we don't even need the video.
Oh, okay then. But y'all
repeat that again. Breaking news. The prosecution said in court today they're not using the Cassie video. They're not using it. Straight. They just said it in court today. Just said it in court today.
Okay.
They're not even using that video. They don't even need the video. They're saying. I'm gonna show y'all right here. Right.
Oh, I believe you. Ticket be showing.
And people say, "Oh, that's a win for Diddy." Man, that lets you know they got something else more sinister.
Oh my God, yeah.
They got something else more sinister.
Exactly.
If you're not using that video in the court, you announced that today. They got something more sinister for Diddy, bro. Yep. Ain't no way. Ain't no way in hell, bro. Ain't no way in hell. And people who saying that video will help in court, man, if they're taking that video out, bro, these motherfuckers, and the prosecution's doing it willingly. The prosecution was already ruled they can use that video. They just said in court today that they're not going to use that video. If they're not using that video, bro, they got something hellified on this nigga. And I'm about to tell you what I think they got. It says Diddy's victims have claimed that he used to use an entire bottle of baby oil in just 5 minutes. Let me repeat myself again.
What?
Diddy's victims have claimed that he used to use an entire bottle of baby oil in just 5 minutes, with one woman called Nicole telling the Rolling Stone publication that after being given 2 pills that made her black out, she woke up several hours later in a room surrounded by empty bottles of baby oil, towels, and wine bottles. Other evidence which could come up at trial is a diary kept by a former employee of Diddy, along with...
Hold it. What? I told you I hadn't listened to this video at all, so I am shocked. And I'm sorry for that I stopped it. I apologize. But dang, that woman woke up with all the baby oil and empty bottles, rather, and then towels and what?
Myself again. Diddy's victims have claimed that he used to use an entire bottle of baby oil in just 5 minutes, with one woman called Nicole telling the Rolling Stone publication that after being given 2 pills that made her black out, she woke up several hours later in a room surrounded by empty bottles of baby oil, towels, and wine bottles. Other evidence.
Y'all, that mean I want, ooh, more than one. Ooh, it sounded like it was more than one person there, y'all. What y'all think? Put in the comments. Y'all help me with these what I'm gonna say. Okay? If y'all want me to answer something, just put it in the comments. I'm looking at it on my phone, okay? Okay. So, yeah, that means she said it was a lot of towels, a lot of wine bottles and stuff. That means it probably, in my opinion, was more than one guy, girl, whatever there, right? Oh my God. Go ahead, Ticket.
Which could come up at trial, is a diary kept by a former employee of Diddy, along with texts between Diddy and a number of Diddy's victims.
Wow.
Prosecutors revealed that their main witnesses have considerable baggage, which Diddy's lawyers are likely to use to try to discredit them. Didn't I tell y'all that this was going to happen? So what are we saying, y'all? I told y'all, a lot of these people who were testifying against Diddy, they were co-defendants. So these people got dirt all over them. So Diddy's lawyers are going to attack their credibility. But the problem is the physical evidence, the text messages, the physical evidence, and then the people giving up testimony against Diddy in order to save their asses. When you have, because I'm about to tell y'all right now what it says. It says some of these people have DUIs. Some of them have used illegal drugs. This is all revealed in court today. Some of them have committed illegal sex acts. See, I told y'all. That's why y'all know these niggas snitching on Diddy. Diddy got people that snitching on him. And I believe he has celebrities in the industry that are snitching on him that haven't been named. And that's why they say they got a whole list of celebrities. Read right there. They got a whole list. Right? Read right there on your screen. It said the first two celebrities. I ain't saying these two celebrities are guilty of anything. Let me say that right now. But it says right there in the article, right there from court today, it says the first two celebrities to be named in Diddy's trial today were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. They ain't bringing your name up just to bring your name up. I'm just saying, now, again, this is not no cast, no aspersions on those two guys. They're not being charged with anything, as we know. But, bro, this is not a good look. I wouldn't want my name involved nowhere near none of this shit.
Nothing.
Now, let me say this to y'all. Let me keep going. So it says that the prosecution today has revealed that their main witnesses have considerable baggage with them, which Diddy's lawyers are likely to try to use to discredit them. But it says some of these same people, that's why I told you I know these people snitches, because they're snitching to get themselves off. So it says that some of these people who are going to be testifying against Diddy have DUIs on their record, have used illegal drugs, have committed illegal sex acts, which means that if you're testifying against Diddy and you've committed illegal sex acts, used illegal drugs, it's snitching on Diddy. They gave him up. It says tax offenses, and even one of them has a felony already. Prosecutors say that Diddy should be barred from asking about them all, as they are not relevant. It says, nor should Diddy's lawyers be allowed to ask about prior domestic violence incidents. Now, it says this, right? This is the part that is going to bury Diddy. And I told y'all this, but y'all didn't want to listen to me. But you better put your money on Ticket. When you bet your money, you go in that casino and you roll the dice.
I told y'all how Ticket do. This is Ticket channel. That's how Ticket do. And I choose to do my reactions from Tickettv. So I'm going with the flow. I find it fun. He makes me laugh. I tell you, he makes the stories, he knows when to be serious and when to, you know what I mean? When to get too darn serious, it's just, it trips me out. So I'm glad that he can make me sort of laugh at, even though I'm not laughing at the case, I'm laughing at what Ticket is saying and doing, because he's a character to me. A nice one, Ticket, if you ever listen. But anywho, y'all, let's go, because Ticket, ooh.
Nigga, you bet on Ticket, nigga. Read that line right there, put on your screen. Some of the law enforcement officers who could testify have prior misconduct cases against them. Another line of attack for Diddy. Another court document refers to a minor victim, a sign that they may either testify or be referred to during the trial. Allegations of abuse involving are among the most serious he faces.
Yeah.
He's out of there, bro.
That's it, yeah.
He's out of there. Prosecutors are seeking to allow 3 of the 4 main accusers to testify anonymously, but Diddy's lawyers are strongly objecting to that as well. Now, read that right there. Again, second paragraph. Second paragraph, man.
Yeah.
It says another court document refers to a minor victim. I told y'all this. Niggas ain't want to listen to me. You bet your money on Ticket. a sign that they may either testify or be referred to during the trial. Allegations of abuse involving children are among the most serious he faces.
Yeah, because if he's y'all know, if he's found guilty of R-ing a child, S-ing the child, that's automatic. I don't care what if he didn't do nothing else. If he did that, or trafficking children. Excuse me if I wasn't supposed to say that, YouTube. But if he's found of just that one thing, that's it. That's all. Okay. But I think all of the above. That's what I'm thinking. So, y'all, I'm just calling it for what I see it as. Okay.
That could be the main reason why I believe they're gonna throw that tape out.
Just right.
From the
They
Cassie
don't
tape.
need it.
They probably got, bro, they got 20 TBs of evidence, bro. I don't think you guys understand it. Everybody saw the Cassie tape. That's the only tape. What y'all think they did with all that other video footage and stuff that they already turned into Diddy's lawyers? Diddy got 9 or 10 lawyers. You think he got all them lawyers for no reason, nigga? Man, these people got a heavy Chevy. And you got somebody here say this is a weak case. Sorry, sir. I'm gonna block your ass. You're a troll. You think the feds bring weak cases? You're a goddamn fool, and you're a peon, and you're ignorant. Point blank period. You're ignorant. If you think the feds is gonna bring a weak case, you don't know nothing about the law. The state, you can get off state breaking face. Feds ain't finna bring no weak case. Only dumbed down buffoons who are jockstrap sniffers would say stupidity like that. Only dumbed down buffoons who are jockstrap sniffers would talk that type of malarkey and foolishness and stupidity. Straight like that. These people ain't got no brains at all. None. And I tell y'all this all the time.
Dang.
So y'all see it right there on y'all screen. I ain't got the cap. I told y'all it was in the paperwork going to this trial. Nigga ain't want to listen to me. Nigga, I'm right. And they already talking about celebrity. Nigga, we ain't even got to the trial yet, nigga. And they don't brought up Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
That's going to shake up the internet today. I'm bringing this to y'all first. Everybody else going to be talking about this next. Why in the blue head?
Hey, I'm telling y'all, I was watching the freaking Met Gala and people look shook. That's on to tell you the truth. I wasn't even looking at the clothes, even though it was for melanated people, designers. This was their night at the Met Gala. Show off their designs. Yes, beautiful. But I was also looking at all them faces of shock, terror, scared, thinking somebody gonna ask them this question or something. You know what I'm saying? They looked shocked, scared, talking like I don't know, trembling in their voice. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that during jury selection going on today, just like Diddy know the Met Gala going on today. Okay? That's why he was trying to rush the trial so he could be on the carpet. All right, here we go, y'all. Go ahead, Tick.
Is the judge bringing up Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers? It's right there on your screen.
Yeah.
They brought it up in court today. They say they got a whole list of names. They're going to be asking the jurors about of people who could be mentioned and things and places during this trial. Read it. It's right there on your screen. Read it. I'll drop the link to the article too so y'all can read it. They're in the courthouse right now giving updates on the hour. I'm literally reading the play-by-play right now in court. But these niggas come cast, oh man, they ain't got no evidence, man. Nigga, shut up. Shut your, don't come over here with that shit, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't been reading the paperwork. Nigga, I've been reading the paperwork, nigga. You think the feds come out here playing for play? All y'all sheep that think that run around here, hey man, I don't think because you gonna find out. You gonna F around and find out.
Yeah, Ticket don't be playing.
We at the jury selection process.
Yeah.
And read what it wrote, y'all. Read what it wrote. Jury selection process.
Sorry, y'all.
Read it. I'll read it for you again. The first two celebrities. Matter of fact, let me read the part before that again. It says there was no reaction when the judge said that among the questions the jury would have to answer was whether hearing evidence about sexual assault, including R-word, hiring sex workers, and having multiple sex partners would make them unable to serve. The jurors were escorted out of the room, and then the first person was brought back in for individual questioning. The first two celebrities to be named at Diddy's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial.
Several
The juror,
pages.
a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. Judge Submaranian said that the list of people and places runs several pages. They got several pages of names. Several pages. The judge said this in court today, that the list of people and places runs several pages and felt like an appendix from Lord of the Rings. That's a quote from the judge.
Wow.
And to speed up the process, he's given all the jurors the list of the names to review before they're brought into court and questioned one by one, before they seat a final panel of 12 jurors.
Yeah, the judge, like I said, he wants it to roll. He won't. Yes, I'm speeding it up a little bit, y'all, just to make sure we ain't gonna go over the same thing, because I haven't seen the video. But yeah, the judge wants Diddy want a speedy trial, so Judge Submaranian is giving it to him. Okay, let's see what else happened. I speeded it up, y'all. If y'all want the full report, y'all can go to Tickettv on YouTube. Come on, Tick. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, what happened? Wait a minute. Let me go out and come back. Okay, it's still buffering. Y'all see it? Dang it. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna get it together, okay? Okay. I know it. I think I know it. Okay. I must have went too far. Okay. Okay. Come on.
Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that make these celebrities' names is coming up. Y'all niggas think it's a game till the things come out, nigga. Till the things come out. Now let's read it. And I'll read as much as I can to you guys. And salute to whoever just sent the $150 donation to the Cash App. I appreciate you.
Dang.
Jennifer, salute to you for the donation to the Cash App. I appreciate you, sis.
Hey, my Cash App down there too, y'all. I finally got a Cash App. This is my first time saying it out loud, but y'all see mine too. Thank you.
And Joseph Jackson, salute to you for the donation to the Cash App. Salute to you. You got want to donate, the link's pinned at the top. She said, I appreciate your hard work. Take a salute to you, baby. Salute to you. I'm glad somebody do. Come in here cooking these niggas free the hard way, and they don't put no respect on this thing. And the like button is free. Y'all can smash the like button.
Yeah, the like
button
is free.
It says the judge came in and said, they said, all rise. The judge says, I have a composed list. He said, I have composed a list of prospective jurors who, based in their questionnaire answers, I don't propose to do an individual question and answering with. The list of people in place is so long, I thought it was an appendix to the Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Right? So it goes on. It says, why don't we have, the U.S. attorney says, why don't we have the next juror in line review the binder with court staff to save that time? The judge says, okay. The government says, we have given 2 copies of the binder to your staff. The judge says, I assume we'll soon get the thumbs up. Jurors are ready. Then it goes on.
Wow.
The judge says, I think it is sufficient for me to say here on the record that there will be times a juror has privacy concerns about assault or trauma, and it would be appropriate to address that at a sidebar with the transcript sealed. Right?
Right.
The judge says, I understand that's how it's done in the Maxwell case. The government said, yes, it was. Right? Now, the judge says there's a logistical issue we have to work out. If we seal the transcript, no one, including Mr. Combs, can see it. So what if we leave it in the transcript? since the jurors are not identified by name. The defense says, let us confer with the government. The defense for Diddy says, at the sidebar, what was the court going to tell the jurors about the level of confidentiality? I asked because if the potential juror believes this would be entirely confidential, that relates to candor. The judge says, I'm not going to lie to the jurors, right?
All right.
Now, the jurors have been brought into the courtroom.
That darn judge, he is not playing no games now. He ain't playing no games. And like I said, if y'all want to see the whole uninterrupted version, Tickettv is on YouTube, okay?
The judge says this is a criminal case, the U.S. versus Sean Combs. I expect the trial to run for approximately 2 months. The justice depends on all of you. You've all filled out the long questionnaire. In a few minutes, I'll ask more. The judge goes on to say, if during the process you would prefer to answer a question not in open court because it is sensitive, we'll do it out of earshot. The transcript will be visible only to the parties themselves. Your answers allow for preemptory challenges, right? It goes on to say, the judge says, let me give you a brief summary of the case. There is one defendant on trial, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, Diddy, other names, and Love. He is pleaded not guilty and is presumed to be innocent. There are 5 counts: racketeering conspiracy, kidnapping, sex trafficking, prostitution with 2 victims in prostitution, and male commercial sex workers.
Okay, y'all hear all that? I mean, that's just some of it. That ain't even everything. Okay. All right.
Not all of it. Our schedule is to be ready for May 12th for trial. First, there are 5 counts: racketeering conspiracy, kidnapping, sex trafficking, prostitution with 2 victims in prostitution, and male commercial sex workers. He denied all of it. Okay. Our schedule is to be ready for May 12th for trial. First week, 9:30 to 5, then 9 to 3. Swear them in. Clerk says, does anyone not swear an oath? Question mark. The clerk says, do you affirm under these penalties of perjury? Question mark. Thank you. You may be seated. The judge says everyone has the list of questions. There are 14 sequestered questions. You'll be escorted to the 26B circle, then sequestered questions you have to answer to. These include, since you filled out the questionnaire, you read about the case. Do you have training in addiction, sexual abuse? Have you worked for law enforcement? Ever been in a lawsuit? Ever been accused or a victim of a crime? The judge goes on to say, are you impacted by allegations of R-word, guns, intimate partner violence, etc.? Views of artists. Here we goes right now, y'all. Views of artists in the hip hop community. Cooperators with immunity, meaning people who are snitching against Diddy, like I told y'all, so that they don't get prosecuted. People who have given up testimony against Sean Diddy Combs and Evans.
All right. Yep. Ticket becoming, they snitching. They snitching, which we already figured that anyway. But to hear it in the court and to see it in the documents, that is a totally different feeling. Even though I ain't saw it yet, but I know it's in there because they haven't court
evidence, and they won't be tried because they've already said that some of these people have already committed sex crimes and all these things, and they're not going to punish them because they're testifying against Diddy. Try to tell y'all niggas, but y'all ain't want to listen to me. Oh man, why ain't Diddy got no co-defendants ticket? Because them niggas are snitching. I told y'all niggas this, but niggas don't want to. I'm the best at this shit, nigga. Period, nigga. It says the judge asked all the jurors this morning, are you impacted by allegations of R-word, guns, intimate partner violence, etc.? Views. What are your views of the artists in the hip hop community? What are your views on cooperators with immunity? What are your views on people under using alias names? 14 is, right? Anything else? Question mark. When you are called back, you'll be shown a list of persons and places. The judge says, okay, escort them back to 26B. All rise. Now, the prospective jurors leave. The prospective jurors left. And then, now y'all, everybody smash the light button, y'all come on in here. Those jurors left. Then one female juror, potential juror, came back. She starts to read the binder of all the people in the places, celebrities. Now, here we go, y'all. The government says, let the juror keep the copy of the binder in order to say only numbers. not the true names of the victims. The judge says, right? Now listen, y'all. Listen.
Wow.
The judge says, bring in juror number 2. Now y'all smash the like button. We should have well over 2,500 likes. I'm giving y'all niggas.
Yeah, y'all, please hit that like button for me and hit the subscribe button, okay? All right, thank y'all so much.
The raw right out the courthouse. The judge says, please bring in juror number 2. I know you have a change to review the list, right? Any you knew of? The judge asked, are there any ones you knew of? The juror number 2, who's a man, says number 88, Michael B. Jordan. Also, juror number 2 says, I know Mike Myers, the actor. He also says, I know also 190. These are all numbers. So everybody had a number. Each person had a number, y'all. So beside their number was names, whether it be victims or whether it be people that they're referring to or could be referred to in this case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying all these people's names. So y'all listen up now. It says also 190, which is place number 3, the Essex House Hotel. The juror says, I used to work there. And number 9, the Peninsula. Right? The Peninsula, my bad. Number 9, the Peninsula. The judge says, can you be fair? The juror says, yes. The judge says, any yes answers to the 14 questions, question mark. The juror says, I'm a massage therapist. I had training. The judge says, and your questionnaire, question number 10, can you explain your yes? Can we discuss it in open court? The juror says, yes. My sister was beaten by her ex-husband years ago. A black eye, resulting in the termination of their marriage. The judge says, can you be fair? The juror says, yes. The judge says, and your questionnaire, you say you.
No. Diddy's team gonna send that one right on out.
Heard about the case on WNYC and NPR. The juror says, I haven't made any decision. The judge says, please return to courtroom 26B. Juror number 2 leaves. The judge says, any challenges for cause, question mark. The government says no. Diddy's lawyer says, yes, we challenge. Diddy's lawyer says in his questionnaire, he says the defendant probably was engaged in this. The judge says, then he said he could still be fair. I will overrule you. You can, of course, use a preemptory on him, bring in the next juror. So Diddy's lawyers already lost that one. The judge is like, no. We can use him still. This nigga say he knows 3 of the people and 2 of the people and 2 of the places. And he said that he was a massage therapist. And he said that his family member was a victim of domestic violence. And he said, but I can judge you fairly. Diddy's lawyer tried to get that juror thrown out. The judge says, nah, we're going to use him. Go ahead, go to the back. You're going to survive right now. Diddy, then it goes on to say, the judge says, bring in the next juror, right? The judge says, you reviewed the list. Any you recognize? The female, who was a juror, says, I recognize number 133. The judge says, the celebrity. Oh, shit. Celebrities are being named, y'all. They named the celebrities in this motherfucker. Oh, excuse my language, y'all. They name a celebrity. I told y'all this shit, but they didn't want to listen to me. Nigga, you better listen to me, nigga. You better listen to me. I'm a man when it comes to this. And I knew that this was coming. It says the judge says, he says, have you told it the one female juror? He says, have you reviewed the list? Any you recognize? The juror, who's a female, speaking softly, said number 133. The judge says, a celebrity. Could you be fair? The juror says, yes. I know there are a lot of celebrities on this list. It's over with, nigga. They got the whole list full of celebrities, bro. You niggas, nigga, good night, nigga.
She just
good night.
told.
Good night. Loving you is easy come. You're beautiful. Let's keep going. The judge says, no, excuse me, the juror says, yes, I know there are a lot of celebrities on this list. The judge says, put them to the side and the places. The juror says, I don't know the places. She don't know them. The juror says, I have a family member who went through something like this. So it would be difficult to sit through this. It would make me uncomfortable. The judge says, I excuse this juror. Head down to the jury room. The judge says, bring in juror number 5. What about the list? The juror says he knew none of them, but 4, A, and C. Yes. The judge says, you had training? Question mark. The juror says, e-learning on sexual harassment. And I've seen psychiatrists. The judge says, you've had their services? The juror says, yes, I can be fair. The judge says on question number 7 on the questionnaire,
What?
the juror says, I'm against capital punishment. The judge says, question 26, what have you heard about the case? The juror says, last week I saw a video of Diddy allegedly assaulting another person in a hotel room, presuming innocence. Juror 5 leaves. The judge says, I see no grounds to excuse for cause. You? Diddy's lawyer says no. The judge says, bring in juror number 6.
Wow.
Juror number 6 says, I had HR training, and my son is a law clerk in Connecticut. The judge says, you have great handwriting. You wrote, you say, an image? The juror says, the hotel hall. The judge says to the parties, any more questions, Mrs. Comey? The government says no. Diddy's lawyer says yes. The judge says, in question 27, you said the image could be damning. Why did you say that? Juror number 6, and y'all smash the like button. If you ain't subscribed, you want to subscribe to this channel because we got all the smoke. Juror number 6 says it was a photo. It didn't seem to be something I wanted, or something wanted, excuse me, he said. It goes on, the judge says, I don't see grounds to exclude that juror. The government says, I agree. Diddy's lawyer says, but she used strong language, damning evidence. She tried to rehabilitate herself, but the judge says, okay, I'll exclude juror 6 for cause. So the judge exclude that juror. The government said, she said, but presumed innocence. The government said, and we're the ones who decided not to use the CNN video. They got Diddy dead to rights, nigga. Everybody, this is breaking news coming out the courtroom. They're not using the Cassie trial, the CNN video.
Yeah, so y'all can stop saying, he didn't. That's just like just a husband wife squabble. They've been together over 10 years. That stuff just happens. No, it don't. No, it never does. No, it don't just happen. Neither way, if it was female on a male, male on female, no way. But anyway, I told y'all they got more than just the Cassie video. You can't send nobody to for life over a video, one time video. You know what I'm saying? Even though I seen some other videos when she had her head shaved on the side, even though I know he allegedly pulled her out the other side and just when she had to end up shaving it anyway. That's what I heard. And so, but they had a close up of her head. She got a bruise right here, y'all. On the left side of her temple. She got a big bruise. Yeah, pay attention next time when you see it. All right, anywho, yeah, I'm talking about Cassie. All right, and so y'all, I'm gonna listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna hey, yeah. All right, T.
In the trial. Let me repeat myself again. The Fed got this nigga so dead to rights. They're not even using the Cassie video. They just announced this in court today. The Feds were granted the ability to use the Cassie video. So they're not even using the Cassie video.
Stop saying it.
I'm gonna read it to you right now. They just said it in open court.
Tell them.
The government says, she said, but presumed innocent. And the government said, and we're the ones who decided not to use the CNN video. There's been no ruling by your honor. The judge says, based on the questionnaire, I'm excluding her. Let's move to juror 15, who's a male.
Okay.
Juror 15 says, I just started a new job in a hotel. The judge says, excused. Next juror is number 20, a female. Number 88 and 116. Y'all, this shit is crazy. The judge says, musicians? The juror says, I have training May 12th through the 15th. The judge says, if you're selected, you're not going. The juror says, I was a mandated reporter as a teacher in a parochial school in the Bronx, something like that. I have a friend in the Yonkers Police Department. The juror says, when I was 16, I was caught shoplifting in the Universal Studios at Harry Potter's World. I had to be a lawyer. The judge says, what did you take? The juror says, I took a wand. The judge says, you wrote you may have liked a post on Instagram. The juror says it was a comedian about the baby oil. The juror says it was just a comedy seller comedian, no one I follow. The judge says, I don't see grounds to excuse. Both sides agree. 2 more celebrities have been named, but their names are going to come up in this trial. They're on that list. 2 more are musicians. That has just been confirmed, but they didn't say the name. It says next is 22, who's a female, juror number 22. It says you have ocular migraines. The juror says hasn't happened in months. When it does, I cover my eyes 20 to 40 minutes, right? Is what she says.
Mm.
The judge says, what is your employment? The juror says, juror number 22, and y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Juror number 22 says web maintenance is what juror number 22 said. Web maintenance. Secretarial. I took Traliant training, right? Juror number 22 says, this is real life. Whatever is going to occur in your courtroom. The judge says, what's bothering you? The juror says, it's unfamiliar for me to have my answers matter very much. The judge says, so kidnapping, arson, can you be fair? The juror said, it's foreign to me, like a problem. The juror says, why is it the U.S. versus Sean Combs instead of a person versus Sean Combs? I was curious. I saw someone get run over by a train. I was okay with it. I mean, not okay, but I did not become a second problem. I tend to shut down and call 911. Video is detached. I was once drunk and disorderly in Massachusetts. The judge says, can you be fair? The juror says, yes.
No.
The judge says, can you take 8 weeks off your job? The juror says, I will ask them. The government says, she said, prefer answer in person. The juror says, I'm fine. The juror says, a dentist, my parents didn't pay him, and they sent me to work for him. I was confused about authority. I went to, I guess you call it therapy about it. The judge says, a dentist? What did he do? The juror says that he kissed and fondled her. The judge says, how long did it last? The juror said, for 2 years. The juror says, I think there is abuse every day. I think it made me a better person ultimately. Perpetrators are often unaware. Some fulfill a victim role. The judge says, don't go look up what RICO is. Diddy's lawyer says, can we approach? The judge says, is there...
Oh my God. Did y'all just get all of that? Am I tripping? No, she just didn't say all that. She told the judge, if the dentist still living, bye. She just reported it. That's what I say. She just reported what you've been doing to her for 2 years, okay?
Anything from the dentist's office, can you be fair? She said, yes. The judge says, back to courtroom 26B, juror number 22 leaves. He says, the judge says, I see no reason to excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy's lawyer says she shut down and misdirected or redirected. I sensed a struggle within her, Diddy's lawyer says. The judge says, overruled. Diddy's lawyer asked for a bathroom break. The judge says, man, let's try and get through 10 jurors at least. Right?
Okay.
Diddy says, I'm a little nervous today. So Diddy asked for a bathroom break. Okay. Right? The judge said, man, let's try and get through at least 10 jurors. Diddy says, I'm a little nervous today. The judge says, okay, we'll break. So they came back. Then they came back after Diddy finished using the bathroom. I don't know if he had to take a dump or what.
Y'all, I might have misunderstood what the one. I might have to go back on my own video and watch that part. Because I could have sworn she said she didn't see nothing wrong with her dentist doing that to her. For 2 years, she shut down. I got to go back and look. I listen to it on my own time. All right. Just what? Y'all careful?
Because I know he was sick when they started naming them celebrity names. But it says, quick sidebar, says Diddy's lawyer. The judge says, very briefly. The judge says, last question. Did you ever talk with other people about this case? The juror says, no. The judge says, have you expressed an opinion? The juror says, no, I don't have social media. The judge says, go back to 26B. The judge says, no objections. Nobody had any objections. The judge says, you can just pass questions up to me. The government says, I'd like to see him first. The judge says, of course. Next juror, number 28. On the question 13, you said yes on accusation of crime. Juror 28, who's a lady, said my mom worked for a bank and stole money. The judge says you wrote unsure. The juror said all I know is he was arrested and leaves. The judge says no grounds to exclude her. Both sides agree. The judge says, okay, juror number 29, you travel for work. Can you stop? Question mark. The juror says inconvenience, but I could do it. The judge says, where do you work? The juror says, at HBO. The judge says, any people on the list you recognize? Oh, shit. The juror says, I recognize Michael B. Jordan and Kid Cudi, but
Yeah.
I don't know his music. Also, my sister and I were violated by a family member sexually. The judge says, who? The juror says, a cousin. I think I will feel empathy for victims, but I'm logical. The juror says, I've seen the video. It was disturbing, but I don't know the full story. Diddy's lawyer says, we have a proposed question. The judge says, has the case been discussed at HBO? The juror says, in the hall, that he was arrested, and leaves. The judge says, I see no grounds to exclude. Diddy's lawyer says HBO put out a negative documentary, The Fall of Diddy. In the past 6 weeks. The judge says, Miss Comey, appearance of something, I don't know what he said. And the government says, no, HBO makes a lot of documentaries. The judge says, I overrule for now on Diddy's lawyer's motion to have this juror removed. But the judge won't allow it. Next juror says this. Oh shit, y'all. This shit is disgusting, y'all. Oh my God. Smash the like button, bro. They got all these celebrities on this list, man. Oh my God. Nigga, it's going down. The next juror says, I recognize the name of Kanye West. I am a chief marketing officer at Simon and Schuster. We have a book by another hip hop artist. It's a memoir called Do You Believe Me Now? The judge says, by a male artist? Question mark. The juror says yes. The judge says, could you close off anything about the book? The juror says, I have to tell my colleague, don't send me any more press releases about the book. Diddy's lawyer says, I have a question, with his hands up in the air. The judge says, is it a salary position? The juror says, my bonus is tied to books. The juror leaves. Diddy's lawyer says the press release refers to the mysterious. This shit is crazy. Oh my God. Diddy's lawyer says the press release refers to the mysterious unaliving. 2018 unaliving. The trial will include the discussion of Kim Porter.
Oh my God.
I'll be sure.
Oh my God. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to Valentine TV. Yeah, I gotta get my subscriptions up, y'all, for the 12th, so I can go in and get my own stuff. Y'all help a sister out, okay? All right, but if not, now I'm relaxed, I'm calm, and I'm cool. But yeah, I had a feeling. I mean, you can't go that far back without even saying her name. You got to say Kim Porter's name. Whether you're going to put it in the trial, talk about her, or you're not going to reopen it. Either way, you got to say yay or nay, right? All right, so let's keep going, y'all. Throwing down, Ticket. You throwing down, boy.
The judge says, isn't this too close to home? The government says, we won't hear much about Mr. Brown or Mrs. Porter, but sure. Excluded. The next juror walks in. Oh, shit. They naming everybody, nigga. They naming everybody. The next juror walks in and says, I have class at CUNY. I have to log in at 4:50 p.m. The judge says, could it work if you left here at 4 p.m.? How do you view the class? The juror says, on my phone, I know of Dallas Austin. I know from the news about Sean Combs' children, the choreographer, Lorianne Gibson. The juror says, I used to watch Making the Band. I saw Don Richards. I saw Harv Pierre. I saw Michelle Williams. I know of Cassie Ventura. I see things in the news. The judge says, what? The juror says, video of mistreatment but I can list objectively. My fiance had a felony case, drugs. The juror says he pled guilty and got 4 years, came home and won. I'm aware of his music dating back to the 1990s from the radio. The judge says, I see no grounds for excluding. Both parties agreed. The judge says, okay, the next juror, juror number 52, you have traveled to the Spirit Weavers gathering. The judge says, what is that? The juror says, that is a woman's event, dancing in the woods. The judge says, you have to miss it. The juror says, I believe it will be available in future years. I had an experience with sexual assault in college. A neighbor, we were flirting, and he took it too far. Lord have mercy, man. Man, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling y'all this right now, man. She goes on to say, I think a lot of women have been sexually harassed or assaulted. I don't think it makes the person you did it to a horrible person in all respects. I have a psychology degree in sexuality and women's self-esteem. The judge said a master's. The juror says a bachelor's. The juror says I work at Boogie Design Firm, Pentagram. The judge says, what do they design? The juror says fonts. The judge says, like Courier. The juror says, oh, never. Man, oh man, oh man, bro. Oh man, bro.
Oh, they got some potential jurors to choose from. You hear me? Wow. And that ain't even half of them. That ain't even freaking half. But that judge said trial will begin on time, May the 12th. Okay? And we're going to hear a little bit more. Oh, okay. We ain't got but 10 minutes. Okay? Y'all hang in here with me. Sugar Ticket bringing it today. I know I skipped some, but if y'all want to hear the whole uninterrupted, you know what I'm trying to say. Go Ticket is on YouTube, okay? But this is a reaction station. All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What's
bro,
up?
This is crazy work, bro.
What?
They got a whole list, y'all, of celebrities, and I've updated y'all up until this point. Every update I give y'all right now is up until smash the like button. New updates coming out right now. They're talking to all the jurors. So let me explain to y'all what's going on. All the jurors, ladies and gentlemen, are being basically asked about all these celebrities that are on this list that could be mentioned in this trial with Diddy, and that could be involved in this Diddy trial. They have to tell the judge and both lawyers if they know all these people or not, or what do they know about these people, or how do they feel about these? They have to let that to the judge know. So the judge, what he did was he gave all the potential jurors the list of all of these names would have tons of celebrities on them that are somehow potentially linked in this case, so one way or another. Not saying that they did anything wrong or anything. It could have just been in a certain area or been in a certain place. We're gonna find out in court. But to have your name mixed up in it, boy, you do not want your name in this.
Mm-mm.
You do not want your name in this shit. They have brought up Kanye West. That's on that list, y'all. Unbelievable work, man. Kanye West is on the list, you guys. And I know Kanye is somewhere. That nigga gonna be tweeting up a storm tonight. Kanye, he probably gonna be tweeting up a storm.
Oh my
after
God.
This. Real talk.
That's true.
I can see Kanye tweeting up a storm after this.
Y'all, that's it. That's all. But yeah. If y'all want to see the whole thing, y'all go on over to YouTube Tickettv, okay? This is Valentine TV, and I'm oh my God. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all can tell I'm getting a little better. Wait a minute. Wait, I hope. Okay. All right. So I'll see y'all later, okay? Thank you for watching Valentine TV. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.